Oh, hi everybody. I'm sorry. Took longer to boil water for tea than I thought. And I'm missing a cat. So hang on a second. We're gonna turn the sound off of my laptop here so we don't get any nasty feedback. It's been uh how is everybody doing? Is anybody in California? Stay safe, darlings. Hi, Tracy. I'm here. Was running late, and I actually have to send a text real quick because we're missing a kitty, and I'm hoping that doesn't okay, I've never done this way. Okay, I have to ask Mike, is Frodo with you? I just got Gimli inside. Honestly, I forgot about him. And it's his own dang fault. Okay, send. And Mike can let me know if I need to go outside and holler more or for him to check the roof. I'm not kidding. Um, Frodo likes to climb. There we go. Frodo likes to climb up on the roof. And honestly, I've been calling him Ninja Kitty because he can do that. He can get up onto the kitchen porch roof from the kitchen window. I ain't got no room for my phone. But he jumps up on the kitchen windowsill on the outside, on that tiny little brick edge. And then he leaps up onto the kitchen porch roof at an angle. If I hadn't been out there one day to see it, man, I would not have known. This will be fun. Let me hope I don't stab myself again like it did last time. I'm trying to get the little pin in. It doesn't want to go in this old encyclopedia. What did I touch? Oh no! I lost you. There we go. No, I don't want to hide. I don't know what I just did. Stop. Somehow. No, I don't want to delete the comment. I don't want to do any of that. Go away. Oh, Jesus. This is proving how technology challenged I am. Somehow I've accidentally highlighted a hello from Nora, and and now it won't let me not highlight it, and it's asking me if I want to delete it. I don't want to do any of that. Oh my goodness. See, and meanwhile I have a hot cup of tea to my right, and I don't want to slam my elbow into that and make an even bigger problem. I'm telling you, technology challenged all the way. And yes, I know my hand's in the way of the camera, but I can't help that right now. I gotta get this pin in there. It's an old wig pin, you know, the T-shaped ones, knocking all kinds of stuff down. There we go. Jeez Louise, all that hassle. I have no room on my desk. If some of you were in Lori Ann's in Sugar Britches sweet ass stuff a minute ago, then you would have seen me say that the house has, no, I don't want to add another photo. That I had lost this and I just found it in the playroom because I remembered, oh, that's where I was the last time I used it. Give myself a thumbs up. So 4 of them. But I was trying to pack something up and I couldn't find the tape gun. What do I hear? Some kitty is playing with something, but I can't tell if they're playing with something in the playroom, which is a no, or if they're in the hallway. But anyway, how am I going to do this? You have to go where I won't lose you again. And you have to get away from my elbow. Green tea with turmeric. Uh-oh, why did my... That doesn't usually happen. My phone screen went dark. The phone better not turn itself off on me. It's at 100%. So how is everybody? It's just... My entire day has been like this, except for the fact that I went to lay down for an hour and I was asleep for 2 hours. I vaguely remember the alarm going off. Vaguely. And I had a... Oh, so I looked one of you up at least. Have a little tiny note with some cigarette cards. I have all these teeny tinies sitting around that I've been trying to look up. And so that's some of what I got to deal with tonight. Including, these are really thin leads. And they're, I like the box because it opens up. Where's the opening? And it's just, it's a little wooden, but there's red and green leads in there. I probably picked it up somewhere because it said Mikado, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with Gilbert and Sullivan's Mikado. Though I think this had been in the drawer of my dad's high school desk when it was given to me, because they never emptied any of the drawers when they brought it down from my grandmother's. There's other Nancy. How are you? So let's see, what do we got? Nope, there's the notice that I'm live. All right. So Mike didn't answer. Why? Stop going dark on me. What are you doing? All right. I got to grab you and figure out what's going on here. What are you doing? I don't want to search. I want... Give me my StreamYard back, you stupid thing. For some reason, the phone keeps wanting to go dark. You're not supposed to be having night on. Oh, no, it's not. Night light on at 12 a.m. No. Okay, so how if I put device controls? Close app to add controls. Well, that's no help. That's no help at all. Well, let's at least put... How do I mute myself for a second? Because I might need... Oh, there he comes. Is Frodo with you? Yeah. Okay, because I just let Gimli in. What? I just let Gimli in. Well, hello. He's smart, though. I could hear him. He was underneath the porch in the smaller cooler that somebody had flipped upside down so that the straw's on the ground. But so he was warm. He didn't feel frozen. But it's his own damn fault for not coming when I called. He just decided to ignore me, and I, quite frankly, forgot he was out there. So, okay, so Frodo is in. That's good. I was worried because Frodo could have been on the roof. He woke me up. It wasn't even dawn yet. Gary had gone out at like 4:30 in the morning to get coffee, and Frodo got out. And so it was 28 degrees or 27 degrees and windy last night. And so Frodo could not wait to get in to the house again. Yeah, Nancy, more snow is on the way, though it's going to be rougher for south of me. We're supposed to get some snow. We got lucky in that it didn't come as far north, so we just got like an inch. We got hardly anything. But we're supposed to get snow again in the wee hours of Saturday morning, or a mix. I would much rather have snow. That mix nonsense is a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. So, phone, stop. I've never had the phone keep doing that. It keeps going dark, trying to turn itself off. But yeah, I'd rather have the snow than a icy mix. Icy mix means power outages, phone outages. I can't get much done then. It's still cold here, hence the hat and everything. I did find this. This was a nice surprise. Oh, come off. What are you caught on? Oh, you're caught on the scarf somehow. I think I'm sure these aren't because they're long, but they are pearls. But they got this neat little, tiny little blue stone. So, and it is long enough to get up and over my head. And I found that in a thing of jewelry, and I was like, well, that's perfect with this little. Yeah, I'm in this same sweater again because it's the warmest one I own. We had the house at 52 degrees for a while. We all pulled what money together we had to get some diesel fuel, and got some diesel earlier, so I upped it to like 50. I think I upped the house to 54. Sorry about the noise of a tape gun, but I got to get this box out of my way. Yeah, I love freshwater pearls because they come in such a variety of colors. And, but these are really nice. So, put you back on top of the printer where you're supposed to be. Put this back together. Finally found a box that something will fit in. My pillows are all cockeyed here. There we go. Uh-oh. Is my phone going to try turning off? What is it doing? It did, didn't it? The heck, phone? What are you doing? Why is it turning itself the heck off? I don't understand what it's doing. I don't know why it's doing this. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. There are 19 windows open on this thing. I'm always amazed at that you search something on Google on your phone, and then you look and it's got all these windows. And they're trying to plug in every time you open the phone up. I need to figure out why. Good, I know you still see me, but I don't know why my phone is trying to turn itself off. It's never done that before. System, no, we're not doing a system update. We're not doing screencast. We're not doing power sharing. Huh. It just wants to be wonky, and I don't know why. So every once in a while, you might see me have to poke the screen. Just keep you guys on. It's not letting me check my screensaver right now, but I don't know why. It didn't do this on anything for weeks, and now just tonight, it seems like it wants to be annoying and try to do something. So, and for settings, it tells me I have to close the app that I'm in order to change any settings, and I'm not about to close the app. Oh, look at a whole bevy of butterflies. I can see them better on the laptop. So now someone sent me a note. Bonnie's Creative Gifts said, "Oh yeah, I do want this," and then I didn't find it again. so now I found it. Where's my bag? My paper, I mean. I have been trying to get through stuff and get. And Gary showed up today. I forgot. Actually, I just didn't know that. Oh, so now I've pinned Nora's. Somehow I've pinned her. What did I just do? I'm trying to get rid of. No. Okay, so somehow it pinned Nora's comment. There we go. I had to go scroll all the way up. And I was trying to get Nora's comment off of there. Gonna be one of them nights, isn't it? Just gonna be. Oh, shoot, now I've lost track of what way this is. Where's the handle on this thing? There's the wheel. I wrapped this up. Now I completely forgot. So it took me. Okay, that's the handle side. I went to unpin her thing, and so I tapped on StreamYard. I tapped on her comment on the screen, and it said something about exit. So I said yes. Well, it took me completely off the screen, but it left the comment there. I was like, oh, that's problematic. That's definitely problematic. So, oh my goodness. It's just been that way. It's just been that way. Can I sit you? You're the. There we go. Hello, Slicey Slicer. Interesting name. So I've been trying to keep up with everything, not succeeding completely. And I know I'm leaning out of shot because I'm looking for a postcard that will fit in this box, or at least a sheet of notepaper. I forgot to take that to Scouts and find out what it actually says on it. I had a little notepad once upon a time. What is this? I don't know what that is. I hate when I do that. I find little notes and I don't know what it's to. Oh, I have too many notes. Okay, there's a pin I need to look up. Because that's what I've got tonight. I've got some teeny tiny stuff that I need to look up and see if I should list it. And if I list it, what should I list it for? But I've definitely Elron, I know this is your fault. Nope, that's note cards. I need postcards. This is an itty bitty box. Ah. What is this? Oh. Okay. That's more note cards. That's not helpful. There we go. See if I find a little one in here. One of these big ones fit? No, they won't fit. I need an itty bitty one. So that means I need an older one. Darn it. Where is my bin? Cat. He got underneath there and was laying on top of stuff and then made him just a mess of things because he's such a little kitty, but then he started stretching out. My nose is itching. Excuse me. Kicking up dust here. I'm also kicking up the electric bill because I got one of these little space heaters been on for a couple of hours now. It's actually made it reasonable in here, that and up in the house to 55. But I have to turn it back to 52. That's what we've been living at for a while. Because I said, I can't. My hands were hurting too much. I couldn't keep working and having my fingers cramp. So we agreed that I could up it for a little bit. Otherwise, Mike and I disagree a lot. But, you know, I mean, with Gary's pension, it doesn't matter that he's disabled. We make $56 too much for LIHEAP if I include him. And then because last winter, my sister paid for one thing of heating oil. Michael paid for another. The next time I paid for most of it, Michael paid for the rest, but we put it all together under his name because it was under his account. So when you apply for LIHEAP, you have to show a bill that has your name on it. And Mike and I's names are both on the account. So you have to be the payee. So I didn't have a slip, a receipt from last year other than the one. And the one, that was only for 100 gallons. It wasn't to fill the tank. So they'll only give you whatever that receipt's for if you manage to get it. So if you can't afford to fill a tank, then you're only going to get a little bit. Because we have a 250-gallon tank. And for some reason, the oil company has us on their system as a 230-gallon tank. I'm like, no, because apparently now modern tanks don't come in 250. It's better than what my grandmother had. Well, it's not better. It's easier than what my grandmother had. My grandfather, before he died in the 40s, when he built the house in the 30s, he put in 2 big 300-gallon. It was the biggest ones he could find. He paid extra to get them. But there's 2 of them, 2 300-gallon tanks for heating oil. So that this way she never would have to worry about it. You pay it once in the summer when it's the cheaper price. You fill both tanks, and usually she'd get through an entire winter without needing to buy more oil. Smart move on his part. That was a neat little house. The only thing was missing was a fireplace, because we have the blueprints from when it was built, and he bought the blueprints off of something. It wasn't a Sears house, though. And she didn't like some of it, so it got reversed. So the front door is on the other side. The coat closet was enlarged, so the entryway is just really small, but there's this nice big walk-in coat closet right there. So that was nice. And then it came into the living room. There was supposed to be a linen closet with a ladder up the wall to get to the attic, and he rearranged that so that it actually is a doorway that you have steps. They're steep, but they're steps up to the attic. So you have a walk-in attic. And then she hated the idea, because it's messy, of having a fireplace. There was no fireplace. That, I think, was the only thing wrong with that house. There was no fireplace. So it was a cool little house. It still exists. And the people that have it built the garage out back. They actually built a deck off the front of the garage because it gets all this sun. And some of the roses from when my grandfather was alive are still there up against the garage. They actually built an opening in the deck so that they didn't have to transplant the roses, and it just comes right up the wall of the garage, which is pretty cool considering that those rose bushes are... He died... he died sometime in the 50s. And those rose bushes are from then. So they're getting pretty old for rose bushes. Oh, you write out Bonnie's little postcard here. So hopefully everybody will be good. Yeah, isn't it great that those rose bushes are still there? We had a rose bush here my entire growing up, and it was a rose bush from Sarah Wetherell, and it had gorgeous smell, because most modern roses, they've bred out the scent, and it would get these gorgeous big white blooms, but when they were buds, there'd be just maybe a little strip of pink on the outside of the bud, but then when they bloomed, the centers were pink, just like pale seashell pink, but the rest of it was this gorgeous pure white. And it was really old, and it had canes on it that were like that thick, big thick branches. And the neighbor decided that he was going to cut it down. So, because, you know, you're letting those big canes get too tall and too thick. And as old as it was, you never wanted to cut them down too far. He cut that thing down to within 18 inches of the ground. And it came back the next year, put all its energy into putting out all these new canes, bloomed beautifully, and then promptly died. My mom didn't talk to him. They'd known each other for decades. She didn't talk to him for months. She was so mad. So I have 3 rose bushes. I have a Queen Elizabeth. It's in the side yard that I planted when I was maybe 18. I have one from friends that I don't even know what kind of rose it is. I've forgotten. When they moved, he was president of the Delaware Rose Society, and they had over like 400 or 500 roses in their yard. And so I have that one. That's in the front yard. There's supposed to be one that's supposed to be a really, really deep red climber that it's finally moved forward, because last summer they had to put in the new line for the gas from the street to the house. So when they had to dig up the rose bush, I'm like, we're going to plant it closer to the sunlight. So it's doing better, but it's very scraggly still. So we have that one. It doesn't climb very well because it's on the shaded side of the porch, of the front porch. Mike has one out front that he bought, one of those grocery store ones where they cover the ends with wax. We thought it was dead, but it actually put out a single rose this year. So it is iffy. It's iffy if that baby's gonna come back in the spring. So I'm not counting that one. What's in the side yard? Mom's peach rose is still alive, and that's in the side yard. But there's another one that's kind of iffy. And it didn't even bloom this year. Never bloomed this year. So the ivy has taken over right around them, and I'm allergic to regular English ivy. So they're not doing real well. And this other one is older. And I don't remember what color it is, because it didn't bloom at all this year. I think it's the yellow one. One of them's peach and one of them's yellow. The peach one blooms, so that's got to be the yellow one, and that one's a little iffy too. I like roses, but we keep getting, if the Japanese beetles don't get them, and Delaware County and northern Delaware is like the black spot capital of the world for roses. This area is just really bad for roses. They get black spot on them. And then the other problem is that I have clay. This whole area is known for having clay. You get down and you get this orangey clay. And that's really a problem because it's too dense for roses. It doesn't help. They don't like having wet feet. It causes issues. And if they have clay at the base, then the roots not only can't penetrate it, the roots get all locked up and intertwined, but then they get wet feet, which means the little frail roots will start to rot because there's no drainage. So it's not easy growing roses around here. And there are parts of my yard, you can't dig 6 inches without hitting clay. There's little sections where it's pretty close to the surface. So, all right. So we do what we can. We're just leaving. A lot of it has gone wild since I hurt myself. So there's a big cleanup job for out there in the spring. But a bunch of my Boy Scouts, I think I figured out that there's 8 of them that need to do for environmental science. They need to do it has to be 4x4, whether it's 4 yards or 4 feet, I've forgotten. But they have to do this square area, and they have to identify as many plants and critters, insects or otherwise, that they find in that area, and what is invasive and what you do about that invasive. Or where did that invasive come from? But you have to identify a minimum of 5 plants, preferably more, within that area. So what we're going to do is, because a couple of these kids live in apartments, we're going to block it all out and have them come over here on a Saturday in the spring when everything's growing again. And then we'll take some string and some twigs, and we'll block it all out the size they need and however many we need. and have them come over, and we've got a grill in the backyard, and I'm all for telling them, tell your parents it's potluck. It's potluck lunch. We have a grill. We'll provide drinks. You guys bring your lunches. We can cook stuff on the grill if you need it, if you will need to heat anything up, and come and do it and get it all done out of the way. They can all come at one time and make a thing of it. And then they can do it all. Because I know there's not only is there ivy all over the place, there's a spot way in the back corner where I've started finding a little bit of poison ivy. I will be spraying that before anybody gets near that because I don't want to know what that would do to me. But I have Japanese honeysuckle. I also have honeysuckle bush, which is native to the US, but is mostly just in this area. There is trumpet vine. There is wild grape. There is wisteria. There is a China berry. There is some other thing with berries the cats went after, playing with the berries, and I'm like, no, 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 berries are poisonous to you. That's an invasive too, and I can't think what that one was called. Bittersweet, maybe. There's a lot of invasive vines popping up all over the place. There's pokeberry, and then there's a couple other things I don't even know what they are. So they can ID them. Some of them are gifts from the birds, so I don't know if they're native or not. Oh, and I have Japanese knotweed, which was an ornamental at the time the house was built in 1911. And it was an ornamental that originally was in the house on the corner, and it has migrated over the decades until now it's in the neighbor's yard because it doesn't like sun, likes to be in the shade. And so as trees have come down over the years, it's migrated across. So it's not. Now I have a very wet, there's an underground stream. I have a very damp corner that gets shade. So I would not mind digging some of that up and moving it back over into there because it works well at sucking up some of that water and drying that out. So that'll be for the spring. And we'll kill two birds with one stone. They can get their merit badge done because it's an eagle required. And I can get some of my yard dealt with because some of them, two of them have said that if I do that, then they will spend, once they're done doing their thing, they will, because we've been nice enough to open up the yard for them, that they will spend an hour ripping ivy out for me. Now, this was their idea because they know I'm allergic to it. So, wow, I was like, wow, George and Michael, you're on. I'll let you do that because I need that help. There's more than my mic can keep up with and do. And often, especially during the week, while he may work at home sometimes, once we get to warmer weather, he's going to be out on the road just about every afternoon visiting schools. He'll spend the mornings in the office and then have to go visit schools or visit businesses that do things or help promote scouting. So, and then he doesn't, because most meetings and roundtables are at night, he works into the night, and he might not, he might leave here at 8:30 in the morning, and I may not see him come in the door until 9:30 at night once we get to warm weather again. So like yesterday, he had to go to a roundtable meeting for the area that he covers, which is, an hour's drive from here. And then it was on the far north part. So yeah, and see, with the snow, then they start canceling stuff. So because where he's got to go, it's north of here. and it's closer to some of that where you're not in the mountains, but you're getting near the edge where you're starting to get near some of them. So they tend to get more snow than we do. So, hello, Lynn. How are you? Okay, where am I at? That's her street, Tennessee. Harriman. 4, 8. All right, tuck that in the box. Oh. Oh, let's give her the baseball snowman. Give her a free sticker. And then I will finish the note and do that tomorrow. Well, maybe or after this. I had a 2-hour nap. I was not supposed to have a 2-hour nap. I was supposed to have a 45-minute nap. Then the alarm went off, and I have a playlist on YouTube that's called meditation, and it has some Mary Kate stuff, but it also has some of these like background noises that help me sleep. And one of them was this beautiful Japanese flute music, which is really sweet. And so I had been listening to that to fall asleep. But then apparently when the alarm went off, Mary Kate was on, and I'm so used to falling asleep during her meditation things, and I apparently turned the alarm off and went right back out. Oops. Oopsie daisy. So let's see here. I can close off PayPal. I can close off Pirate Ship. I got to go into eBay here. Because one of the things I've got to do tonight is I've got a bunch of little pins I need to look up. But I'll have you guys work with me. Well, Mike got this bracelet, and I see it's still got the string on it from where there would have been a price tag. We'll take that off. That's interesting. It's got a little cowrie shell, but all the wooden beads are all hand knotted in there. He said he picked it up. They were at some crafty thing, and there was a jeweler there. And so it does have a way you can make this longer, because that's kind of small. But you can undo that and tie it to the size you need. And then he had gotten this one too. Now, I don't know what the beads are, but the beads were dyed. You can see it with how it's worn, where the beads rub each other, and where for the pink one, it's turned the thread pink, the elastic. But it's got this cool little wing and that, so I doubt they're worth putting on eBay, so they're going to put that in the trash bag. They're going to end up at a sale for us. I did look this up earlier. This is an American flag with a Swiss flag. Apparently, these sell for about $7. So that one's going to go onto eBay. I got to make my note here. eBay or live? And then what? My lines are crooked. So this is going to be the next one I look up. Now, this looks like, because you can see like an ark and a giraffe on the card that it's on. I can get it so you guys can see it. See the giraffe? So that's a cool Noah's Ark pin, but this must be the original paper it was on. Somebody cut all the info off. But I need to look this stuff up. I got a whole baggie of little stuff. So I thought we could chat while I try to work through some of this. And if you see anything you're really interested in, let me know. All right, what kitty is doing what? Somebody's on the kitchen table because I could hear things go clink, clink, clink. Huh. It's not marked in any way. It kind of has that pewter look, but so what's on here? Let's see, 2 elephants, 2 giraffe, 2 camels. What the heck are you behind the giraffe? Scary looking. That's what you are. That's scary looking. I think it's a moose. Either way, that face looks a little strange. Oh, that one's a kangaroo. And I think that's a turtle on the very top. It's it's an odd little combination there. So yeah, and see, like this is the cardboard it was on. So definitely was probably the original cardboard. But I thought there might be a maker's mark. Ow. Don't stab yourself. Let's see here. Noah's Ark pin. This is going to get me a massive amount of pins. So let's cut to the chase and just go right for sold items. And see what I find. Well, it's not signed, so that eliminates some of these. Because it's not a JJ. I think it's JJ Jonette. All right, so there's a lot of this JJ on here. 36 sold ones. Let's see if any of them are this. Oh, that's a sterling one. That's not this. Man, how many of these JJ Jonette ones are on here? There's an awful lot. There's so many. None like this one. A lot of different variety and a ton of JJ Jonette, but none like this one. Honestly, sometimes this is when I wish I had 2 phones because then I could like do the photo, search it by a photo, but I can't. Completed items, and let's subtract JJ. So if you ever need to pin down something on eBay when you're trying to look stuff up, if you put the minus sign and the word you want to get rid of, like I put in minus JJ, a double J, and now that has taken out any of the pins that were by that particular person. And I'm just looking at completed now. Oh, that's nice. That's a Taxco one. That's sterling from Mexico. And but it will eliminate from your search results. Hello, Melody. It'll eliminate ones that have that particular word that you've put the minus sign in front of. It's very helpful when you're trying to research stuff for sold listings. And, well, I am not finding one like this at all. I think it's going to come to you first. Huh. None at all. Oh, it looks like a lot of these start at $4. So that gives me at least a start price for when I have it in a live sale. Yeah, there is not one like this at all. Okay, so this is going to be a live sale. And now I have a starting price. Noah's Ark pin. And then we have a start price. We have a price for those two bracelets. But this is what I do. This is how I spend a lot of time. Because I do need to like research stuff. And Melody. I thought I had a question for you. And I can't remember why. Nope. Nope. I thought I had a question for you, Melody, and I don't remember why. And I did like seeing those pictures you sent of that ring light, that neat little vintage wreath. That was pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing I have to look up is I have two of these. The post office has put out pins every so often that are postage stamps. They don't always do it. I don't think they do it with everything. I don't know what their criteria is. Because I can kind of see why this one, because it's a bird, but I'm not quite sure why the other one, because nobody knows who Sarah Luddington is. I do, but, or Sybil Luddington, sorry. So I have, and they're both made by Jane, Jayne Company in Santa Monica, California. So this one is Sybil Luddington. Now, we all, of course, only learn about Paul Revere. Sybil Luddington is the one that actually let most people know the British were coming because she didn't get caught. Paul Revere made it to Death One Town, possibly a second one, and got thrown in jail that night. So he didn't get very far. She's a 16-year-old. Depending on what you read, she's either 16, 17, or 18. Most things I've seen said 16. She hopped on a horse and she then goes riding around the countryside saying the British are coming. Funny how, some things you learn in history books and stuff your teacher didn't tell you. Okay, so postage stamp pin. Let's see if I can even find her. No exact matches found. Oh, but there's a whole sheet of the stamps. Can you give me info on when? Because they were originally, let me pick up the right one. So it was originally an 8-cent stamp. Okay, so there's the Scott number. I don't really need the Scott number. I want to know what year was the stamp issued. And you don't have that on there. That's not helpful. It's more helpful when I know when. Oh, this one has a first day issue. I haven't said when my next live sale would be. I haven't actually looked at the calendar to figure it out. Because we've been dealing with Gary's not doing well. So I've been playing everything by ear right now. His blood count is too low. He needs another trees. He's just like 2 points above where they would go, "Oh, you need a transfusion." No, his skin, his coloring looks like parchment. It looks like a piece of paper. He's that white. And he's tired all the time. He needs a transfusion. And we just got one of the test results. The one kidney is down to only working at 45%. So it's gone down. They don't know why. He's also gotten quite grumpy about it and not been wanting to, what is it? And not been wanting to keep me in the loop. However, he'd already gave some of the doctors permission to keep me in the loop, so they called me. They want to run, they actually, and this is why he's not telling me anything, they want to do an MRI. He doesn't want to go into that tube. I can't say I blame him. I can't. I mentally like lost it when they put me in one. And but there it is. But he's been in one before and he was okay. He didn't like it, but he was okay. But I think it's more he's afraid of what they're going to tell him because they can't find any reason for that one kidney to start shutting down. So they think maybe there's a blockage. So when we could finally convince him to go get this thing done, which we're hoping for next week, then we'll find out if he needs surgery or not. And then if he does, I need to talk him into it because he's not going to want to do it. So right now I'm playing it by ear on the next sale. Having one on a Sunday night, that worked really, really well when I had the Christmas one. My pillows are sliding off again. Uh-oh, what was that noise? Something went bye-bye. But so right now I'm kind of playing it by ear for the next sale. It won't be this Sunday. I am finding, like, I have a whole stack of books over here. You got this. Now, I know the top two, I know have to get shipped to somebody. I can't remember who got that cookbook, but I know the Mad Libs book. I know who that's got to go to. But all the rest of these, I have to check to see where they need to go to sell. So there will be a pop-up, not a pop-up. There'll be a pre-recorded sale on books coming up soon, just so I can clear that out. Though I know this bottom, there's a one on the very bottom you can't see. It's called Pug Nation, and it's all about pug dogs. And I wanted to send that to Katie. Don't tell her. I wanted to send that to her as a surprise. And I've had it for ages, and for, so I finally found the box it was in. But I want to send that to her as a surprise because she's got Louie and she loves little pug dogs. So, but there will be, and this is just a drop in the bucket. I've got another pile the same size over there and 2 boxes of them out in the playroom. So there'll be a lot of books to get through. So there will be a drop sale. That's the word I was looking for. There will be a drop sale of books coming soon. I'm hoping to be able to get that filmed tomorrow so that anybody who is, because what I do with my drop sales, anyone who is a member of the channel, who has a membership, they get to see it first for 24 hours before it goes live to everybody else, which is usual for one of the perks for members. So they will get that, and then you guys get it. And it's right now I have 3. Bless their hearts. I greatly appreciate them. Right now I have 3 members, paid memberships to the channel. So they'll get it first, and then the rest of you will get them. And I mean, this is quite the eclectic mix. How to Care for Aging Parents. Death of a Ghost, which is a mystery by Mary Allingham. This is a vintage one. I don't even know what it is. Cooking for Italian Life. Cooking up an Italian life, sorry. So it'll be quite the mix. I have to start getting through books because I've already started making 2 boxes to send to Briggs auction. And I'm hoping to get everything set up so that that stuff's all out of here within the next 15 days. I have to get the Disney toy box out of the attic, get photos of that. I've got all kinds of stuff I want to send them, but I need to have 10. Right now I've got 8 things figured out. They prefer to have 10. One is all, I have one that's all books that are all biographies that have been through sales before and just didn't sell. So I'm making up 1 box of those. I have 1 box that's oversized kids books in varying condition, and they've all been ones you guys have already seen. So hopefully they'll take those. I have a whole box that's old erector set stuff. I know they want that one. They've already said they want that one, as well as the toy box. And I have some old Tonka trucks, like the big metal ones in the basement. And I don't want to ship them. I really don't. And I've watched, and they've actually had them. And they'll put up maybe 2 as a lot. And I think I have 7 of these things in the basement. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll take all of them. I'm not sure what condition they're in, considering they were played with by all of the brothers and me and some neighborhood kids and all of the grandkids. And I had given some to my niece when she had sons, so they've got some of them, but I've still got a bunch left. And shoot, her oldest one's already graduated college and out, so, and it's got 2 in college now. So yeah. All right, I found Sybil Luddington. Oh, that's my ordeal card for Order of the Arrow. I need to do that. I need to get my Brotherhood, but that means having to spend the night in a tent, and that's still iffy. All right, so Sybil Luddington stamp was issued in 1975 in preparation for the bicentennial in a series called Commemorating Unheralded Heroes Fighting for Freedom. If I could spell heroes right, O goes before the E. Fighters for Freedom series. Okay. Finally, I have a date. Yeah, I know you like. I picked them on purpose because you know those night owls are great because they're you know you guys are all my night owls, so I had to have owl emojis. I had to do that. Tilt you back this way again. There we go. Okay, so Sybil. Now, trouble finding this pin is I could find the stamps, but I haven't been able to find the pin. So maybe I can find some others from that series. If I just put in the word heroes. No, I get Hercules. Oh joy. 9/11 firefighters. The heck is there's some Disney ones that are fake ones, but all right, so well, let's see what the other one is, and I can maybe see a price based on that one, because this is the other one I've got to look up. It is Montana for a 20-cent stamp, and it's some kind of bird. It's shining so much. Western meadowlark. Pretty little thing. So what's the meadowlark? Okay. Probably the state bird. Oh, wow. That's pretty. Okay, so this is from the 80s. They did a series on state birds. 1982. And so the sold ones on here have gone for $12. But I'm seeing other ones. Well, that's not the same series. Oh, that one's for $5. And now I'm finding the stamps. Do they not have the pin that much? Let's take it off completed. A mockingbird with blue bonnets for Texas. That's listed for $8. Michigan's is listed for $6. That's a robin. Oh, so the flower is also the state flower, but it doesn't say that on the pin. It only gives the name of the bird. Somebody's got a couple of them listed for $6.99. They're all new listings too. Okay, so that tells me that I shall put them up on eBay for like $6, and I'll have to look up what that flower is for Montana. So those should probably go to eBay. So those should go we'll put those up here. And this, I don't know what to do with this. Nobody uses these keychains anymore. And it's in great shape. You know, it clicks open. Kind of has, it's old school. It's got the little lock catch. But look at how cool this is. It's got little hearts of different colors. So that's the brown one. And then there's is that the green or the blue? Okay, so that's the green and a red, and then there's a blue one. Now, they all have little bits of like gold fleck in them, but I don't think they're stones. I think they're porcelain. But they're really pretty, and there's no maker's mark. It's really cute little thing. So I don't know that I'm gonna find anything for these, but like I said, if anybody sees anything that they really would like to have, say so. I'll sell it to you tonight. But it's the challenge of trying to find stuff when it's these little tiny stuff, and this stuff has been bouncing around on my desks and things, and it's like I need to clear these out and get this stuff out of the way. I know like little stuff doesn't always make you a lot of money, but the nice part of little stuff or postcards is when I haven't felt good, I've been able to take these and just list them literally while I'm sitting up in bed, because I can sit them on top of a white box that I have upstairs and take the photos and put it on my phone as a draft. And then when I get up, I can sit at the computer, either in Mike's room or down here, and I can type out the description and boom, list them all at one time. That's why there was so many postcards that were put up one day, is because I didn't feel good. Did not feel good at all. And so I just started sorting them all out. I have a lot of gorgeous vintage postcards with flowers on them with the black background. They're from like the 30s. And they're from Leslie. I need to get those listed. I also have some of those anthropomorphic cats. Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten the Cracker Jack toys. And guess what? I found more that I know are Cracker Jacks. I found these, and I know some of these are Cracker Jack. I know the ray gun one, or the gun, the Indian head, I know is a Cracker Jack. There's this is supposed to be it says Red Sox. It's a little baseball charm. I know that one's a Cracker Jack. So I found those to go with the little bag. That's what I was probably thinking of that I needed to ask you about was those. So let's see. Vintage heart keychain. What are you doing, kitty, kitty? Kitty? Somebody's got the zoomies. I say they aren't coming out to see me, so I don't know which one. Somebody's got zoomies. Yeah, I knew finding this would be this is the problem with littles too, is some of it's just, it's a wing and a prayer. um no, I told you to type that in. There. There we go. No, it's not Desk is popping apart again. Not a stone. Huh. Oh, now there's one. It's a gold heart cage with some kind of little stone in it. That's cute. What did they list that under? That's the other thing, is knowing the right category. Okay, so there's a... Oh, that's pretty. It's got a bunch of little beads in it. All right. Because I changed the thing, I added the word stone, and so now I'm finding... Oh, wow, I have stuff with this. So there's one that is intaglio, which is a piece of glass where it has the image actually carved in. I have a ring that has it. It's an intaglio, but this has a crystal with a rose, and then the rose is painted red and green on the back. I know that same stuff because my mother had jewelry that had that. She had little tiny drop earrings and had a necklace and a pin. I don't know whatever happened to them, but I know she had them. It's the same, it's the exact same one. Huh. Okay, so there's another one with stones like this, but not this exact one. Okay, so with Valentine's Day coming up, that would be cute. That's what I... So you know what? I'm going to add that to my list here. Melody's bag of little goodies. Tiny goodies. Because I wanted to add some to it, and I found that little bag. But in our kitchen, we have a little, we call it a junk drawer, but they're not. It's all little screws, little pins, it's little bits of chalk. It's just all kinds of catch-alls. And the whole thing is maybe 6 inches wide, and it's about 7 inches tall. And each drawer is only I can't even, I don't, each drawer is like an inch deep. And so there's all kinds of little bits in there. And I want to go through and see if there's any other teeny tinies, because that's where some of those came from. And I only went through one drawer. So we'll get that squared away. Yeah, I mean, but this is older, and at first I thought, well, maybe it's earth, air, fire, and water, but that doesn't work because you don't really have anything for air unless the brown, because the brown does kind of look like it's got white in it, so it kind of looks like clouds. So let's see, heart keychain. We're gonna try that for 6, and if it doesn't go for 6 on eBay, I can always do it, buy it now. Now this I found. This is from Elks Crew of Orleans, and it is a Mardi Gras coin from 1965. And it has the elk on the front, and it has Andrew Jackson on the back. Now, I've sold these Mardi Gras coins before. I actually have one that someone sent me because it has Gilbert and Sullivan's Pirates of Penzance on it. I've had found, and I should have another one somewhere. I had one I sold, and it was Wizard of Oz, and then, but it was all 4 of the main characters. But I have one somewhere, and I think it's upstairs in my room, where it's just the lion, and it's from a different year. But sometimes these coins are worth surprising money. Always surprises me what tiny things can sometimes be worth. So let's see here. We've got Mardi Gras coin. Elks. What year? 1965, the year I was born. Well, there's a 1969 one. They call them doubloons. I don't think this is silver. It's too lightweight. See, certain ones, well, that's from 19, no, that's 1966. This feels like aluminum. It's metal, but it's very lightweight. It is not plastic. Definitely not plastic. Wow, wish it was the silver one. If you get the metal ones are the ones you really like, the heavier metal ones. You don't have any tiny printing. There's no way you're silver because you just don't have the right weight. What's that tiny little? Okay. Hero of New Orleans, Jackson. All right. So, well, there's one. Aluminum token. Yep. So some of these tokens back in the day they would issue two. Um, now they use plastic, a lot of them. But the early days they'd be aluminum, but then there'd also be ones that were in silver. And the silver ones are the ones that really tend to fetch the higher price. But those I don't think those come out as often. Well, some people have sold this for $4.95, others for $5. There's not too many. And it's funny, it says no exact matches found for Mardi Gras coin Elks 1965, but then if you look up results matching fewer words, you can find it. Like they don't have the word coin, that's the problem. I forgot they're doubloons. Okay, so Elks 1960. I try not to list like stuff less than $5 because for the year that yeah, yeah. I'll be 60 in October. I'm surprised, knock on wood, that the AARP stuff hasn't shown up since before now. So Mardi Gras. Try that for $5, unless anybody here wants it for $4. Where's that's the eBay pile. Now this is another one. Now I know this should be worth something. I don't particularly like Chanel. This was a little bottle, teeny little bottle, and I don't particularly like Chanel number 5. Oh, now comes the fun. I gotta find out. It's a tiny little 4,000 results for Chanel number 5. Oh my goodness. Well, let's start with Eau de Parfum instead of perfume. Oh, that took it down to 1,700. I knew, well, let's try vintage because this is an older bottle, I think. That knocked it down to 200 and some. Oh, hello, there we go. So that's about the size, I think. 0.13 of an ounce. Does it say it on here? I can't, there's a something on the bottom, but I can't read what it says. I think that's a copyright in the glass, on the bottom of the glass. Okay, so if it's where's one? Doesn't match the label from the 90s. Because there is a tiny one from the 90s. This one looks more like it. And this sold for $18.95. Well, that's Eau de Toilette, though. That's different. Oh, this takes so much time. So what are the tiny little things y'all have hiding in your house? It can be surprising, some of those. Okay. Chanel number 5, vintage, and now that one looks just like mine. And that has the same whatever that is on the bottom that I can barely read. They got $29.99. Okay. Huh. Wow. Okay. So they also made a point of trying to get a picture that showed that copyright symbol on the bottom and the number. Apparently that makes a difference. Well, now I have all the information I need. See, this is why you spend that time looking stuff up. Okay, so Chanel number 5, Eau de Parfum. 0.13 ounce, 4 milliliter. And this is the only one that mentioned black cap. The other auctions it didn't, the other sales that didn't get as high never mentioned that it had the black cap. And they don't have near as many pictures. And none of them had the pic of the bottom. Oh, so that should be a buy it now. All right. Yay! Something tiny. $29.99 I can list that as. Yay! So by the time you get through all of the fees, then that will probably be about $26, 27 that I'll see. I think closer to 27. And then there's all this. Oh, you know what? I know what else I need to do. I've decided to part with this baby. Maybe. He is Gilroy the Ghost, but he's got everything in there. The ghost, which is a finger puppet, the lip balm that sticks up inside of him, never been used. And last time I looked at him, I think he was $70, but this is the wrong time of year to be trying to do him. I don't know. I think this will go in a live sale. I'm naturally blonde. Please speak slowly. I think that will have to just come to a live sale just for fun. But I've got all these little tiny pins. And this one, it's a shame. It needs to be clean. But it's, I think, a Sarah Coventry, if I remember right. Oh, no. This is 1/20th 14 karat gold filled DCE. But somebody messed it up because what they did is the pearl must have come off. And so when they replaced it, one side of the pearl is flat. That's the part meant to be glued on and on the back. And the pearl now is basically, it's upside down. It's a cute little pin, but they have the pearl on backwards. And I don't know what they would have used. Now, I don't know if a jeweler could fix that. I do know I need to clean it because it's very dusty, but it's 14 karat gold filled. But I know I had, and I think I may bring these to you guys. And I film, and I'd have to do them as a drops, as a drop sale, because they're so tiny, it's hard for you guys to see them. So this is one of the ones, though I think it's missing a stone. I think there's supposed to be a stone for her head, and there isn't one there. But this one is an angel pin, and it says cherish. And you guys can't really see it, but her dress is pink. But where her face should be, I think it's supposed to have a tiny rhinestone, but I could fix that. But there was that one. There's this one, which has a clear rhinestone in it, which would be for December. But see how tiny they are. This is another angel one. And this one has a red. What's red? What's ruby? One of the summer months? May? Where's May the emerald? I do know that this one sells for $5 or $6. This is the Avon one. And of course it doesn't want to focus on it, but it's called Angel Wings. And that's the stone, the light blue stone from March. And it has a diamond above it, but they all are that way. The Angel Wing series of birthstone pins that Avon had once put out, they all have the diamond in between the wings, and then the heart-shaped stone is the color stone for the different birthdays. And so that little one I know is $5. Because that's they sell pretty quick that way. So if anybody's interested in that one, let me know. But would you guys be interested in that? A drop sale of some of these tinier jewelry pieces because I'd have to film it for you guys to be able to see it up close. But there's some really cute little pins. Now, a lot of them have these kind of tie-tack back pin backs. But, I mean, look how cute this is. It's a little bow, a little heart, which would be great for the holiday in February, that, you know, Valentine's Day. There's another one. Most of these aren't marked. Well, here's another one that's a cool shooting star, all in silver. Here's one says Gallatin, Tennessee, Chamber of Commerce. Look at That's not one I'd expect to see. Now, I know I had 3 teacher ones somewhere. There's an apple missing. So I've got that little apple, and then this little apple, and then this one says, "Together we make a difference." I like this one. And that's got a little apple. So I was thinking of putting these up as a lot on eBay. And I was thinking of the same thing with the angels. But I think I'll give you guys a shot at the angel pins first. And then, Melody, you said you like butterflies. It's a shame it's not going to show up well. That is a little filigree butterfly. Tiny little thing. I don't think this is any wider than a dime. Isn't that cute? I don't have, that I know of, any vintage political buttons. Oh my God, where is it? It used to be behind the bins. I have a political poster. Jimmy Carter and Walter Mondale running for president. I should list that sucker now. I gotta find it. Hello, Penny's Pit Stop. Yeah, I need to find that poster. Yeah. Carter Mondale campaign poster. Oh, maybe not. Apparently a lot of other people, well, that's all a green one. This one's not green. I don't remember this one being green. Yeah, there's a lot of people have a green one listed. Everybody else is thinking the same thing, you know. List your political posters now. But I don't remember that being green. I should find it. But yeah, I know if I have any political pins, they're going to be like, I like Ike. I seem to have found quite a few of those over the years within the inherited stuff. Apparently, they really liked Eisenhower in this family. Now, here's one. I don't know where this is. None of my family was in ROTC. So I think some of these came as a lot that came from Lisa from Flippin' Crazy. Because I've done that before. I've bought like bulk lots of these little pins. Oh, here's the other angel. It says one day at a time. She's a cute little thing. And this one is that famous painting of the guardian angel with 2 kids going over the rickety bridge. So I think I will do a drop sale. Now this one, I'm going to have to do some homework on this because I don't know what this is. So it has a branch, but See if it'll focus. There's a Jewish star in the center, and I don't know why. I've never seen that before. Is there a stone in the middle of that star? No, not a stone there. But yeah, I don't know what that one is. I've never seen one like that before. Now I know what this is. This little heart thing says 3 gallons. And if you ever see these, ah, man, other people's cameras do it. Mine never wants to. So anyway, this little white part has a number, and this one says 3 gal. That's for 3 gallons. They would give these away, and I don't know if they still do. This one has 3. I sold one that said 5, and I've sold one that said 15. It's the amount of gallons of blood you have donated. They aren't taking it all at one time, but that's what those are for. This one's a cutie. He looks really good. Let's see if he's got is there a maker's name on his tail? Nope, that's just the indent from the tail. Yeah, no maker's name. Where's his back just go? There it is. But he's really cute. He's got 3 little rhinestones in his tail. He's a tiny little whale spouting water. He's a cutie. And I have to look this one up again. I've forgotten what this tomahawk is for. I think it might be a sports team. I'm not sure. I gotta blow my nose again. Excuse me. So I suspect that the only one I'm gonna put onto eBay right away. There's a nice little star one. Definitely thinking I'm gonna do a drop sale for you guys. This is nice. I think it goes this way. That looks like I mean, it's just a generic flower, but it kind of looks like Edelweiss to me. But I think I will do most of these as a drop sale first, except that ROTC one. Let's see what I can find about that. There's a navy one. This just says ROTC. Visor cap insignia, no. It's not a hat badge. Somebody has 3 of these listed, but they didn't sell. Huh. So the fancier ones do better. There aren't too many. I only saw the one listing. Somebody, oh, there's a lot of pages of these. Huh. More than I thought. Wow, that's cool. So some of these are very specific, not only to ROTC for what military, but for what school they were from. Wow. That's kind of cool. So they're very different, some of the ones that are from different schools. So apparently there's not much of a market online for an ROTC patch like this. They want the fancier ones that say the school. Well, that's good to know. So I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can find out. I don't think it's gold filled or anything like that. Some of the older ones, it looks like, are. Yeah, there are no markings on it. Oh, wait, there's a mark. It says MT. That's it. Yeah, so I don't think it's gold filled. But some of I once I get through a bunch of these little ones, and then if they don't sell, I may just send a bunch of them off with some other, just as a jewelry lot, um, to just as a bulk auction over at Briggs. We'll see. I don't know what these are. Corazon, it says on the back. That's a cool looking pin. And that's still in its package. I don't know what that one's for. Okay, so I've looked up the ones I wanted to look up. And then there's ones like this where it probably was from something, some organization, but that's a child with an adult. I've not been able to find that. I don't know what that one is. And if anybody knows what a branch with the Star of David on it, I'll see if I can find that, but I'm not so sure. If I spell pin with an N. Well, there's plenty of Star of David pins, but nothing with a branch. It's not giving me that. Yeah, I'm at a loss for this one. Huh. I just don't know. Nope. Got me on that one. Oh, what? That flower? Oh, I see what you mean, because the bottom is pointed. Yeah, I see what you mean, because see, the bottom has a little bit of a point to it. So it does kind of look like that trefoil. Oh, awesome. Okay, so let's look up daisy pin. I don't remember, girl. I was a brownie, and then I was a Girl Scout, but only for like a year. Let's see, Daisy Scout. Oh yeah, it is. It's from the 1970s. Oh, there's a couple of them listed. Somebody has it listed for $1.99. If they have it listed as $1.99 as a buy it now, I'm not going to worry about it. I am so not, no. Let me double check sold, but yeah, the only sold one is somebody's got one on the original card. And they got $2.96. There's somebody else has one, they got $2. Daisy Scout membership pin. Yeah. I don't have the original card. One's not on the original card. They haven't been able to sell. Oh, they don't see. There's a brownie pin. Only $2. Wow. Somewhere in my house, I have this one. I'd love to know how old it is. It's a Girl Scouts gold tone pin, but it has the eagle on it, and above the eagle's head, it says GS. I wonder if it could be a remembrance pin, the Star of David one. Let's see. Let's see if what? Oh, nope, that's not what I was thinking. All right, let me search images. Let's see if there is one that just shows one with a branch. Oh, that's a cool looking menorah. It's a tree branch. Nothing? Really? I am not even finding anything doing images. I'll have to take a photo of it and try it like that, that maybe it is some kind of a remembrance pin. That's going to take a little more research. Just maybe. We're going to sit that one up there. That one's going to take a little more research. The ROTC one is going to go in this little bag. Come on. Because this little bag is the bag I started. The ones that'll just go as a lot, a mixed lot. I've got 3 different size American flags. That's the tiny one. And then that's the bigger one. So there'll be a couple of those. And a tiny little Canadian one, which it's plastic, but it's 2 layers. That's what I found so cool about this one. This one is actually all red and then has a white edge, which is a separate piece. So that's no modern pin. They wouldn't go to that kind of trouble to make it like that. You can really see it on the back that it's 2 separate pieces. So I think that's an older one. But that's pretty cool. And then this one says joy and little musical notes. So I'll get these off. I'll get a oh, look, this has got to be maybe Olympics, US ski team. So I'll get the rest of these all filmed. See if I find more of them, and do a drop sale of these as well, of all these little pins. Give you guys first chance at these. This one, I'm not sure if this is Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. Now, I know in Boy Scouts, they have numbers with these plastic colors behind them, and it's a similar star, but it'll have a number in the center for the, and their service pins for the amount of years. But this one has the coloring, but there's little lines on that star. So I don't know what that one's from. If it's military, not sure. So, oh. Let's set him up there. So we've gotten a couple things done. Whoops. Hey, you. An extra pin back trying to run away. Remember? Oh, it's Girl Scouts. One for every year. Oh, you could end up with a lot of them across your chest then. You definitely can end up with a lot of them then. So, oh my, oh my. That's got to get, that the invoice is out. That one, the invoice is out. That little one, I have to send her the invoice. Hello, Elrond. Where have you been? The floor is not lava. All right. Then I found this little bag, and I haven't looked to see what's in it yet. It might be stuff that had been sold and I need to get to people. I honestly don't know. Oh, pretty. I don't, that's pretty. Where are you, boy? Oh, you're going to your spot underneath. Okay. What are you? Oh, aren't these cute? So somebody made little, they'll have to be ironed. They're little, I guess they were doing practice, or maybe they were going to make these as a quilt, but they've got old rickrack hand sewn. And this is the little kitty ironing. I don't think I've ever shown these before. What's this little kitty doing? If I have, it's been a very long time. Oh, singing. Little kitty singing. This is really pretty little bowl. Still has the Goodwill tag on there. I wonder if I picked that up to be like a cereal bowl for me. What's this one? Oh, God, can they make that mark any tinier? Heaven for, why are you behind me, sir? Where are you going? Oh, it's a Lennox. Geez, can they make that mark any tinier? What's it got around it? Oh, look at it. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful little thing. So that's a nice little trinket dish. Apparently I have a note that I stuck inside to keep these separate so that they don't clink. I'll have to make sure that note's not a... And then something here, all wrapped up in paper. Oh, another set of these. I'll have to get the tape off of them. So these are egg coddlers. So you put your egg in here, and it's a way to drop them down into hot water and poach your egg. They're egg poachers. These are Royal Worcestershire, England. Now they're the same pattern, but look at how different the marks are. This is the newer mark. That's the older one, but they're the same pattern with the wild berries. Dude, what are you doing? You're tearing at paper again. Elrond is trouble. If he finds tissue paper, he will sit there and shred it. Oh, you want the ironing one? Okay, so I will have to get, so these will I probably bought this for me. There's only two kinds of glass I like. Lancaster Glass Company put out a beautiful darts pattern. It's what they call it. It's a very Edwardian looking pattern. And get you safely back down there. And I have a small collection of that. And I have one piece of their Sphinx pattern, their Egyptian stuff. And it's just, and I got that for free. It was in a box on the side by somebody's trash. And it's just gorgeous. But they're a really, really nice yellow, not amber, yellow. And then I love this shade of blue when it has the opalescent, the white at the top. I'm not big on glass, but those are really, I really like that. And I found out like this kind of stuff where they've done that is some of it, if you find a piece that's early enough, is fitting for like Downton Abbey period. It does kind of work out really nicely because that's the kind of stuff I want to do for our dining room. Mind you, it is a Civil War or a monster dining room set, but I'd love to make the room, when we get to it, I really want to make the room more Edwardian in period of the house. So you want the ironing square. Okay. That's beautifully done. Those are the tiniest little stitches around that edge. Even the embroidery. The embroidery is superb. My stitches wouldn't be that tiny. So somebody did a fantastic job with this. Now, these stitches that put the hem on, I think might be a machine. That's no modern machine, and those are really, but I'm so impressed by the outline stitches. I don't know that you can even see that. These are you can't even, for you guys, I think it looks like a straight line. Those are so tiny. That is amazingly good. Man, that's like my great-grandmother level of stitching. All right, I will get a fuzzy off of there. I will have to find my iron. Where's my notes for Melody? I had my note for Melody. Where did I put my note? Oh, I put it on the list of stuff to get done. Melody wants. Now, yeah. Yeah, I should go too. We started at 11 and my voice is starting to feel really scratchy. So I should get going because I do need to get up at least by 8 tomorrow morning. So I think we'll end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed just kind of working along with me. I know it wasn't majorly exciting being, it was all tiny stuff, but you did keep me company, and I definitely appreciate that. And we did get through all those teeny tiny ones. So you also know now to watch out for 2 drop sales. One will be all those really small bits of jewelry, and then the other will be, there'll be a book one coming up. Probably have the book one done first. So that one, since members get drop sales 24 hours before everybody. If I can get it filmed tomorrow, then the drop sale should be up for everybody either Saturday night or Sunday morning, depending on when I get it done. But like I said at the beginning of this, or because of Gary's health right now, we're playing everything just by ear. His blood count is too low, and the kidney issue. I'm more worried right now about his blood count being so low. He should be in for a transfusion. And I don't know if he refused or if they didn't want to do it yet because his blood count wasn't quite low enough. But I mean, the difference is like 0.5. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the insurance company won't pay for it unless it's down to like 7. But it's way too low. So we're just gonna play it by ear. Just realized that cat, my sweater has a little. You did mess up my sweater. Mind you, this sweater is old. It's Izod, and I keep looking every now and then online, and I cannot find any more like it. It is cotton and linen, and I've had it forever. So it's finally starting to show its age, I think. It's got a few loose threads here, but I think that's from the kitty cats. So Melody, yes, I can start a bag for you. I can start a bag. That's no problem. So everybody have a good night. Stay safe, stay warm and dry. Always plus this time of year. And I have those sales going up. I will be live next Thursday. And hopefully next Thursday, I can't promise it. Hopefully next Thursday will be a sale. But let me know what worked out better for all of you. Because when I did the sale on a Sunday, I was able to start earlier. I'm able to start it at 9 on a Sunday night. Whereas there's other friends on a Thursday night, we now have Lorianne, and I don't want to start at 9 on a Thursday night because I don't want to overlap her that much. I'm trying to get her to, she is in the 900s now. She's so close to finally getting monetized. You have to be at 1,000 to be monetized. But as soon as you hit 1,000, it will trigger them to scan all of your subscribers, and it'll purge anybody that for however their algorithm works, but it'll purge anybody they think is a bot or not online. Yeah, I'm really liking the 9 p.m. on Sunday because I could go longer. It didn't matter. I didn't really have any overlap. There's hardly anybody on a Sunday night. And then it also I have my sales on Thursdays, but Fridays is when we do all our running around. You got to do the food shopping. You got to do whatever. I try to get. It's hard for me to Friday and Saturday. There's just usually so much going on, and then Saturdays may be stuff for scouts or I'm trying to get Mike out the door for a trip. So I just end up where I don't usually get stuff packed until it's Sunday before I ever get to it because there's too much going on here. So it does seem to work better because I was able to start shipping stuff out faster, having it on the Sunday, and then was able to boom, right? Once I got back from the doctor's offices on Monday with Gary, I was able to go boom, right along and start getting packages out. So it's worked a lot better for me. I think it worked better for most of you because I could start earlier. So I think I'd like to try to do that. There may occasionally be a sale on a Thursday night, but the Sunday, I think, really, really worked better all the way around for you guys as well as for me. So I don't have a set schedule yet for when there'll be another live sale yet, but there definitely will be those 2 drop sales coming up. So watch for those. If you liked hearing me talk and want to keep watching to see what I find in all this stuff, by all means, subscribe. share it with your friends, and I will see you next week, next Thursday night. I definitely will be here for another live. Don't know what it'll be a live of, but I'll be here. All right. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. And yeah, I'll let you know what kind of snow I get. I'm supposed to wake up to it on Saturday morning. Frodo has already discovered that he doesn't like it at all. I didn't get a chance to film it. He's not a fan. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.